Hello, Sharon here with Feel Good with Sharon Radio and TV with another episode on how you can stop dieting. Basically, eat the foods you love, lose weight, be thin or skinny, and stay that way forever and ever. Amen. So today I'll be talking about belief and expectation. And this is a very important, or these are very important foundational tools to not only reach your ideal weight, but maintain it. You know, in life, we get what we expect. And our belief about anything is simply based on what we've been told or taught, what we've heard either from ourselves or someone else outside of ourselves, but what we've heard over and over and over again. You've heard the phrase, faith comes by hearing. In church, we say, faith comes by hearing and hearing by the word of God. But faith comes by hearing anything. If you hear anything over and over again, you're going to believe in it. And if you continue to hear it and say it, especially when you say it over and over again, then it just builds your belief in that area. This is sort of the basis of brainwashing. You know, you tell someone something over and over again, eventually they believe it. And then, of course, we know belief becomes reality. And in between reality and belief is expectation. So you're going to believe a certain thing, then you will expect a certain thing, and you will attract, materialize, or manifest that thing. So how does this relate to your weight? How does this relate to dieting or stop dieting, eat your foods you love, blah, blah, blah? Well, it's very simple. If you believe you have to go on a diet to lose weight, the only way you will lose weight is if you go on a diet. If you believe you have to go on a certain type of diet, meaning low fat, vegan, low carb, keto, prepackaged meals, shakes, meal replacements, diet pills, whatever it may be, if your belief is in that area, when you do that particular type of diet, you will lose weight. If your belief is when I go off that diet, I will gain weight, you will gain weight. It's kind of like the placebo effect. Well, it is like the placebo effect. The placebo effect simply means the person receives some type of placebo. Usually it's in the medical field. They'll tell you, I'll give you this pill. It will lower your blood pressure. It will stop the pain. It will do whatever. The patient or the person who receives the pill believes what the doctor or it's some kind of study, the person who's giving out the pill, they believe what they say about that pill. And their belief in the pill causes their body to respond according to the results the pill is supposed to produce. So their blood pressure goes down, the pain goes away, whatever the pill is promising, that's what they manifest, or that's what happens. Well, the same is true when it comes to a diet product, a shake, a pill, a potion, a prepackaged meal, eliminating food groups, exercise even. If you believe there is an outside source or force that is responsible for you not only losing weight, but being fat or gaining weight, then that's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Belief becomes reality. You expect it, just like the patient with the placebo. They expect the pill to lower their blood pressure or stop the pain or whatever their ill is. Even if it's something more dramatic like surgery. They've done studies on this where they perform fake surgery on athletes. Some got the real surgery, some fake. And they had belief that the surgery would fix the problem in their knee. I believe it was some type of orthoscopic surgery or something like that. And guess what happened? Everyone got the results that was promised by the surgery, including those who received fake surgery. The power of your mind is so much more, powerful? Your mind is much more powerful than you're giving it credit. And in fact, well, maybe you are giving it credit, but you're giving it in the wrong way. So you believe in the placebo of the diet product, when the truth is the power is in your mind and in the belief, not the product itself, but the belief about the product, the belief about the food or the elimination of the food group or whatever it may be. So what I want you to do is take all that information that I've just given you and apply it to living a life free from diets. Hey, wouldn't that be great? Yes, of course. So now all I have to do is believe, and we build our belief by telling ourselves something over and over again, or watching something over and over again. In this case, we're going to see and say, visualize and prophesy what we want our bodies to be, using our mind and our mouth, which is what we've been doing before. We've just been doing it for a fat person or a fat self-image. We're going to change our self-image using our mind and our mouth. So we're going to put the placebo where it belongs, which is in your belief, which is in your mind, which is in your expectation of what will happen when you eat anything. So when you eat anything, your belief is, now going forth, I can eat anything I want. My body uses it perfectly, digests it, metabolizes it, assimilates it, and eliminates what it doesn't need. I have a super high metabolism. I eat only when I'm hungry. I never overeat. You can program anything into your mind. These are just some catchphrases. I'm active. I love going up and down the stairs. I hate riding in the elevator. You can program anything you want into your subconscious, but just make it based on what you want your life to be in this area of diet and weight loss. So if you don't want to be running 5 miles a day, don't say I run 5 miles a day. If you want to say, I can eat anything I want, if this is how you want your life to be, I eat anything I want. I don't have to exercise. My body is naturally thin. It burns up everything I eat, uses it perfectly. Then that's what you say. And you keep saying it, and you keep saying it. And then, of course, you see it because you have an image of yourself. If you haven't listened to that podcast, go back and listen to it. You have a visual image of yourself at your ideal weight as a naturally thin person, naturally skinny, whatever word you choose to use, slim, skinny, thin, fit. The word is personal. And you just keep seeing yourself the way you want to be when you say, I am naturally skinny. I am naturally thin. I can eat whatever I want. I eat whatever I want. My body burns it up and I stay thin all the time. I just cannot gain weight. I'm just naturally skinny that way. And you just continue to say that until your belief in that area becomes such that you're expecting it. And then it materializes. So the image in your mind and what you've been telling yourself with your mouth becomes your reality and shows up in the mirror as the person you've seen in your mind. So this is how you're going to use belief and expectation to change your world when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to eating, when it comes to being naturally thin, to stop dieting. I mean, you do not have to go on a diet to lose weight. That's just what you've been programmed, brainwashed to believe, because that's what you've heard in the media, seen on TV, seen in magazines, hear it from your friends, your family, your doctor. Everyone tells you have to go on a diet. And the truth of the matter is, that's only true if you believe it. And most of us, myself included, have been brainwashed to believe it. But you can undo the work. You can undo the damage by simply replacing that belief with this belief. I never diet. I never overeat. I eat whatever I want. I eat only when I'm hungry. I'm naturally thin. I cannot gain weight. I weigh 110. I stay that way every day. You can program anything you want into your mind and think of it like a seed. And if you were a farmer and you were sowing seeds for vegetables or fruit or whatever it may be, you would plant the seed and you would water the seed and tend to the soil and do all those things. And then you would let nature take its course. And the seed will produce exactly what it's sown. So if you sow a seed for apples, you'll get apples. Cannot sow a seed for apples and get oranges, right? So you cannot sow a seed in your mind of, I have to go on a diet. and expect to be able to eat the food you love and lose weight because you're sowing a seed that you have to go on a diet and eliminate the food you love in order to lose weight. And the same, of course, is true in the reverse. So what you want to do is sow a seed for what you want to see. Oh my gosh, if you don't want to see it, don't sow a seed for it. Don't say it. Don't visualize it. Don't meditate on it. Don't think about it. Don't watch infomercials. Don't buy magazines. Anything that promotes diets, eliminate that. That's a distraction. You have to get away from that. And on purpose, because in the beginning, when you learn anything, it's on purpose. It's deliberate, remember? Kind of like learning to ride a bike or learning how to drive. In the beginning, you have to be on purpose. Hold your hand in 10-2 position when you're driving. Now you can drive and put on your mascara and eat a burger. So on purpose in the beginning. So that means you will take time, 5 minutes, 5 seconds, 20 minutes, whatever you can get in, to go there in your mind. I say go skinny. That means you want to go inside and be skinny in your mind. See yourself at your goal weight, in the size you want to wear, at the weight you want to weigh, living the life you want to live without dieting as a naturally skinny person. And you do that right now. You can do it right now, even as I'm speaking. You don't have to go buy anything. You can just take 5, visualize. If you don't have 5 minutes, do it in 5 seconds. Oh my gosh. Do not allow anything to stop you from doing this, because this is the road to freedom that you've been wishing for. It's what all of us ex-dieters wished we could have, which was a life free from diets. It's like, oh, I wish I could eat whatever I want and lose weight. Guess what? Today you can, and hereforth every day. Now that you know the truth, you can't unring the bell, right? So now that you know that I can change my body based on my belief about this food, I have my power back. By the way, you never lost it, but you were just distracted with all of the diets and the media hype. The diet of the week and the new product and the new pill. And for all of you out there saying, well, wait a minute now, Sharon. I know when I went on this low-carb diet, I lost weight. And I said, of course you did. That's what I've just got through telling you. You believe the low-carb diet will work. Hey, I'm right there with you. I used to believe the same thing. That was my thing, even though I still would end up fat. But I was right there with you. In fact, I was believing every diet that came out. I would believe, okay, I'll do that one. And it was temporary at best. The results were temporary at best and hell at worst. It was hell on me in my mind. I hated it. I hated it. And many of you hate it as well. That's why you keep reverting back to what you really want. The natural part of you that says, I'm going to rebel. Kind of like when you get a pedicure. I've said this before. When you get a pedicure, they shave your feet and the skin grows back thicker and faster. Why? It's against nature. It's unnatural. It's like put your foot in a bowl of, warm water with some Epsom salt and coconut oil or Vaseline or, baby oil or something else. Don't have them shave your feet. It's unnatural. You're going to rebound. Your body will rebel. The same is true when you deny yourself the food you love and go on these fake diets from sources outside of you telling you what to do, and they know nothing about you. You have to listen to yourself. You have to trust yourself enough to know this magnificent body that God has created is quite capable of taking the foods I eat and using it in a way that my body needs it. I have the power to eat when I'm hungry and not when I'm not, to stop overeating. I choose to be free from that. I have that power within me. It's a choice. I've taken back my power. I am going to use it in a way that works for me. And that is, I will brainwash myself back. We'll go backwards in time and become the naturally thin person I've always been inside. And I will do that using my mind and my mouth. I will tell myself and see in my mind myself as a naturally thin person. I will do this consistently, day in, over time, day out, over time, until my belief has been restored to the naturally thin me. And then it's just a matter of time. And then I'll expect it. I'll look for it. What is expectation? It's like you're looking for it, right? If I tell you I'm going to mail you something or I'm going to give you something, you're going to be looking for it, right? You'll be expecting it to show up. Well, the same is true when you change your belief in this area. You'll be expecting your body to drop the pounds without trying. You'll be expecting to be that naturally thin person eating the food you love every day, just as you were doing before when you expected to gain weight when you went off the diet. You expect if I eat bread, I'll get fat. You expect that the only way I can lose weight is to eliminate food groups or have meal replacements or prepackaged meals or do some kind of extreme workout. You believe that and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Well, why not believe the opposite? It's like, why am I believing for something I don't even want? Why am I using my power the wrong way against myself, against what I truly want, which is to be free from diets? I am so over this. Oh my gosh. I'm so over it. If you're over it too, join me. I am hoping this becomes a movement so that we can just stop the nonsense and just get back to living life. Forget about the diets. Those are distractions. They simply keep your mind on something that is temporary at best and hell at worst. It's not sustainable. You don't want it to be sustainable. And someone might say, well, Sharon, there are people out there who stick to their diet, the 1% or 5% or whatever the numbers and the stats may be. And I say, really? Okay, if you want to be one of those, more power to you. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to present another way of looking at this, another alternative, an option for those people who say, you know what, I'm tired of this. I've wasted too much of my life and my time gaining and losing the same 20 pounds about 1,000 times. It's like, I am so over it. Let's move on. I like to say dieting. It's so 80s. Isn't that like yesterday? Okay, let's move forward. This is like 2019 and we're still talking about diets. And we know there's a flaw here because there's a different one every time you turn around, but they're kind of all based around 2 or 3 concepts: low carb or low fat or eliminating or replacing, Oh my gosh. For me, I'm over it. Perhaps after you get a certain age, you just kind of go with the what the F attitude. I don't know, but I just want to put my energy into enjoying my life and let the weight come off the way it's supposed to, which is naturally. And I gotta tell you, of all the diets I've gone on, and when I've lost weight on a diet and without a diet, the most weight I lost, the easiest weight I lost, was when I wasn't dieting. The time when I had no weight problem was before I ever started dieting. Have you, or anyone you know, ever just thought, you know what, I'm fatter today than I was before I ever went on a diet? Or you see someone, you go, they're fatter today than they were before they ever started dieting. Why is that? Why is that? It's because it's so unnatural. It's crazy. It's like every time you go on a diet and lose weight, you gain back more. It's a rebound effect, just like with your feet and the pedicure. It comes back faster and thicker, the skin. Well, when you go on a diet and lose weight and go off the diet, you gain back more with interest, just in case. It's nature's way of saying, in case you do this dumb thing again, I'm going to give you a little extra cushion. And you keep doing that. And next thing you know, you look up, it's 2 years, 10 years, 20 years of your life. And you've gained more weight than you had before you ever started this stupid roller coaster. It's like something's wrong with this picture. Now, come on, I have to be smarter than this. Even the most unintelligent person can see this is not working, right? So if you know it's not working, how about we try something different? How about we do deductive reasoning? How about we go backwards and then start again? And we don't have to go backwards, literally. Just like think back in your mind, because I can think back. It's so clear to me. when I was not obsessing about what's good and what's bad to eat and what makes me fat and what doesn't make me fat, and when I wasn't doing shakes or pills or potions or trying to replace meals or eliminate food groups, when I would just eat when I was hungry and go about my day and live my life, I was at a normal weight. And I probably was about a size 5, size 7. Back in those days, there was this store called 579. And, excuse me, the whole thing behind the store was there were no double digits, no sizes larger than 9. But it was like 00 or 0 up to 9. I don't know if they had 00 back then, but if you wore size 9 or smaller, you could go to this store and buy clothes. And I remember so clearly because I was a 5'7", my sister was like a 02 or something, and my best friend at the time. So, but a part of me, somewhere along the way, got the idea, I don't know how, or where, or when, that I should go on a diet. And that's when the nightmare began. And that's when the endless cycle of losing and gaining the same weight, but kind of gaining a little extra every time, started. Fast forward 20 years. Hey, may even be 30 years. I don't know. And the result was a person I did not recognize, a person I did not like, a person who judged themselves based on trying to adhere to someone else's concept of weight and diet and what I should or shouldn't eat and what's good and what's bad. And it was just like driving around the perimeter, I guess you could say, in Atlanta. You get nowhere. You have to get off the perimeter. You cannot get there from here. And I could not get to permanent weight control or back to my ideal weight on the perimeter. I had to get off. You have to get off the diet roller coaster, the merry-go-round. You must be willing to trust yourself enough to know that you have the power to change what you believe and therefore change your body, because belief becomes reality. Once you change your belief about foods, there are no good carbs, bad carbs, okay? That's all media hype, okay? No good carbs, bad carbs. No magic pills and potions and shakes. None of that's magic, okay? You have to change your belief and start to program your mind to believe, I can eat whatever I want. My body is naturally thin. I hardly ever eat. I never overeat. Like I say, you can program whatever you want your life to be in a way that you want it to be, but make sure you sow that seed exactly the way you want it to be, because that's what's going to come up. Just like when you sow an apple seed, you get apples. You can't sow an apple seed and get oranges or bananas. So you can't sow a seed of, I do low carb, but I eat whatever, planting a seed that you do a diet, yet trying to eat whatever you want. It's not going to work. The seed and the harvest will always match. So if you think you have to diet to lose weight, if that's what you believe, you'll expect that, and that's what you'll get. And when you don't diet, you will either gain weight or stay fat, okay? So change what you're programming, what you're saying to yourself, what you're seeing. Guard your eye gate and your ear gate. Use your mouth the right way. Stop reading articles about diets and the magic formula or pill or potion of the week or the month. Stop watching infomercials about diets and or special programs or TV shows about dieting and getting all of that filtered into your mind, because let me just tell you, your subconscious is soaking in everything that comes in. Everyone in marketing and big companies know this. That's why they run commercials and advertisements during Super Bowl, and why you have the one-day sales on TV all day, the day before and the day of, because they're trying to get into your subconscious mind, because they know the power of the subconscious. Once it believes something, it's going to act on it. So they have to get it in. Well, the same is true when it comes to these stupid drug commercials. Oh my gosh. Hate those. Hate. Too much emphasis, I know, but I hate those, because they're filtering into to the subconscious of the masses that are watching TV, and they're telling them basically, you see the commercials about this drug and that drug and cancer centers and all these other things. So what it's doing is it's just like becoming pervasive. It's like getting into the mind of the masses, knowing that any day now someone will get cancer, or you will need this drug. And by the way, the side effects are ridiculous, because one of them is death, and they say it like it's just nothing. And then they say, there are drug dealers out there in the world. They want to arrest people on the street for promoting drugs or selling drugs. And what are you guys doing? You're doing the same thing, but it's legal because it's the drug companies and whoever's in bed with them. So I hate that because I understand the power of the subconscious. I understand the power of the surface mind and the subconscious mind. Surface mind, what you see, right there at the top. Subconscious, what gets down into you and becomes your belief. So as you watch these commercials, now you'll watch them carefully and you'll hopefully turn off of them. You will notice everything I'm saying about these commercials and how ridiculous they are. And if you can grasp what I'm saying, you will understand what they are doing to the masses, to the people who are listening to that. The same is true for diets. The same is true for anything. Whether it's a one-day sale that you're trying to get you in to buy jewelry or whatever. I understand, that we live in a society where there's, people have to promote their products and sell things. I get that. I'm just saying, be careful what you watch, because it becomes a part of what you believe. It becomes a part of you, and it changes your belief in that area, and you're not even aware of it. They're doing it, brainwashing you, and you're not even aware of it. So you have no say on it, or in this case, whatever the current trend is in dieting, and you're watching this stuff, and you think it's innocent. It's not. It goes in through the surface mind, gets into the subconscious mind, and you hear it over and over again, and pretty soon you believe it. Because anything you hear over and over again builds your faith in that area, and it becomes your belief. And then you start to expect it, and then it shows up, and then it becomes your reality, because belief becomes reality. And the seed you sow is always going to be an exact match to the harvest you receive. It's not rocket science. You don't have to have the IQ of Einstein to figure this out. You just have to take a minute. Say, you know what? Wait a minute. When did I start believing I had to go on a diet? Who told me I couldn't lose weight eating what I want? Who told me I had to eliminate carbs? Who told me carbs were bad? Why do I believe this? What do I believe about this food that I am eating right now? If you sit down to eat a meal and you have a belief about that food as being bad, causing pain, disease, fat, weight gain, whatever your belief is, it's going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's the way life works. That's the seed you sow. It's the harvest you'll receive. That's the way it goes. That's a law of nature. It's like gravity. Don't believe it works? Jump off of a building. You're going to hit the ground. Okay? Same is true here. The seed you sow becomes the harvest you receive. The belief, the things you hear and see over and over again becomes your belief. And that becomes your reality because it's a seed. Everything is a seed. Every thought, every word, every picture, everything becomes a seed, is a seed, and will produce a harvest. And what produces the harvest and produces it faster is the more you say it and see it and water it and tend to it, the faster it becomes your reality. The more you'll believe it, the faster you'll believe it, and the faster it will show up. You'll expect it, and there it'll be. It's like when I said, if I said, I'll send you something in the mail, it'll be there in 2 days. In 2 days, you're looking for it. Because you believe what I say, so you're looking for it. You're expecting it to arrive. If you order something off of Amazon or anywhere else and you believe it will arrive 4 hours from now, you'll be, I got to get home because I'm expecting a package from Amazon. I have to sign for it. Or Target or whoever. It's expectation. So what do you expect when it comes to your weight? Do you expect you have to go on a diet? Do you believe that? Do you believe that's the only way for you to lose weight? Do you have to go on a specific type of diet? Is that what you believe? As long as you believe that, that's the only way you'll lose weight. And on the back end of that, if you're believing, I have to stay on it forever or I'll gain the weight back, that's what you'll get. If that's the way you want to live, you probably wouldn't be listening to this, right? But if that's the thing you want, hey, more power to you. I'm happy for you. But if you're like me, maybe a little bit rebellious, I guess, if you don't want to fit into that limited little space, if you want to be free, and I mean freedom, oh my gosh, such a beautiful thing, freedom. If you want to be free to choose, if you want to be free to eat whatever you want, if you want to be thin without dieting, if you want to lose weight quickly, easily, fast, naturally. And by the way, you can program all of that into your belief as well, that I lose weight fast and easy, not the quote, 2 pounds a week, unquote. You know how people tell you. See, again, people telling you what you can do, what is safe to do, limiting you based on what they want you to do, their beliefs, a way to control you, a way for you to buy more of their product for a longer period of time. Okay. Which road do you want to go down? Which neighborhood do you want to live in? Do you want to live in this neighborhood? Like I say, you probably wouldn't be on this, listening to this audio this long if you want to be in the diet world. Or do you want to live over here where we're free? We're free to be me. Free to eat what I want, be thin, stay thin forever and ever. Amen. With no diet ever again. The diet has ended. No more diets. We stop dieting right now, this second, this day. No more diets. That right there makes me want to like run and jump and shout, hallelujah. Seriously, that makes me so happy. And the funny thing is, when you make the decision, when you join us on this movement, when you come to the conclusion, it's over. No more diets. I will do the mental work required so that I can be free from this thing, be naturally thin and stay thin forever and ever. Amen. Never diet again. What happens is now, as people say, now what, Sharon? So now you can eat whatever you want. And knowing that I can eat whatever I want right now makes me not want to eat anything. It's the most great. I know it's ridiculous, but it's true. When you take, the restraints off, when you're given, like when you're a kid and your parents tell you can't do that, it's always something you want to do. And the more they say you can't, the more you want to do it. That's how it is with a diet. The minute I would tell myself I'm starting a low carb diet, every carb in the world would call me. It would be like bread and donuts and crackers and stuff I wouldn't even normally eat. Every carb would be there. Just like, hey, Sharon, taste me, every carb. And the minute I tell myself I'm not dieting, I stop dieting, I'm done with diets, I relax and I don't want to eat anything. It's the most amazing, instantaneous transformation in the way you think, which of course we know the way you think determines what you feel, and it's going to determine your actions. So now it's like I can eat it, so I don't have to eat it right now. There's no urgency to eat it because I'm not starting a diet in 2 hours or in 2 days or next week or Monday. I don't have to procrastinate anymore. So I don't have to eat right now. There's no urgency. Urgency eating, in the diet world, we know that. The Last Supper, the Last Supper syndrome. I have to get it all in right now. This is the Last Supper, and then I'm going to start my diet tomorrow. Well, now, there is no tomorrow when it comes to a diet. So there's no urgency to eat. There's no reason to try to get it all in, gluttony. And there's no Last Supper, because I can have it tomorrow and the next day and the next day, again and again and again. And it takes away the specialness of it, the forbidden, like, oh, it's forbidden, I need to get it in. It takes away the need to do it right now, to stuff my face. I need to get it in because I only have so many hours in today and I can only eat so much at a time because my stomach is going to hurt. So I got to get in as much as I can now and then get as much as I can again later because tomorrow I'm starting my diet. And so you gain like weight in one day trying to get it all in so you can start losing weight tomorrow. That's crazy. It's crazy. But I did it. And many of you are doing it right now and have done it for years just like I did. But thank God, thank you, God, that I am free from that crazy sort of endless, mindless merry-go-round, I'm free from the roller coaster. I'm off the perimeter. Hallelujah. And you can be too, simply by changing your belief and your expectation. And that will change the materialization, the manifestation. That will change your body from the inside out naturally. Simply by changing your surface mind, your subconscious mind, changing what you see and what you say will change what you believe, which will change what you expect, which will change what you will get, and change your body into that naturally thin, skinny, slim you that you've always wanted to be and did not think you could without a diet, now you know you can. And you never have to diet again. It truly is freedom. So join me again for another podcast, and we'll talk more about how you can stop dieting, lose weight, and be thin, stay thin forever and ever. Amen.